Can't believe I'm finally filming this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really nervous about filming this video because today we are talking all about my engagement ring, and I have never talked about this on my channel or on my Instagram or really ever on any social media internet platform very intentionally. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're gonna go into all about my ring and why I've just never talked about it, and also why I'm deciding to finally share the truth about my engagement ring, because it's probably one of my most common questions that I get on Instagram or like in the comments of my YouTube channel. You guys want to know details about my engagement ring, and I've always been very like hush hush about my ring. I've never really talked about it, and I just wanted to kind of explain why, and then also just open up for the first time about this ring and everything involved. So by the title of this video, by now you're wondering, what does she mean by her engagement ring is fake? My engagement ring, this oval right here, is not a real diamond, and this is the first time I've ever said that on camera. I've said it to my friends, like my friends know, my close friends know that this is not a real diamond, but nobody on the internet or YouTube really knows about it. But I just wanted to talk about why I chose to go with a fake diamond, and then just my thoughts on owning an engagement ring that isn't a real diamond and everything involved. So let's start with where I ended up choosing this moissanite ring from. So moissanite is kind of a spin-off of a diamond. It's made in a lab, it's not mined. So there are ethical benefits of doing a lab-made diamond or stone versus a mined diamond. For the most part, I chose a moissanite because of the price. When Jason and I got engaged, we had just dropped out of college. We really weren't deep into our careers yet, so we weren't making a ton of money, like very much money at all. We were paying off student loan debt. We were also paying off a financed car, and so we just decided to go with a moissanite because you could get a pretty big stone for a really good price. A moissanite is a fraction of a diamond ring, so this is an equivalent of a 2-carat diamond, but this was probably like a tenth of that cost, or maybe even less of what a 2-carat real diamond would be. And I've always wanted a solitaire Tiffany setting ring, and I really wanted the stone to be bigger than a 1-carat, and honestly it just was not financially possible for us to buy something that was the size that I wanted. And I honestly really didn't care if it was a real diamond or not. I just really liked the look of like a 2-carat. And something that was really important to Jason and I when starting out our marriage was to not finance or go into debt for the engagement ring, because there's really nothing more stressful than going into marriage with debt. And I've done videos on debt before, but we can do a whole separate video on student loans and car payments and all that stuff. But for us, it was really important to not put ourselves in a stressful financial situation, and the fact that we could get the desired look for a fraction of the price that was very affordable was just such a bonus to us. And so I really didn't care that it wasn't real. So Jason purchased my engagement ring off of Etsy, and I will be sure to link it down below because I've had zero problems with this ring. I've been wearing it every single day for 2.5 years now. It looks incredible, no chips, no scratches. It's held up extremely well for how high it's raised off of my finger. If you can see, it sits pretty high up, so the fact that I haven't had any issues with it is absolutely amazing. The quality has been so good, and I know probably a lot of y'all also feel the pressure to have a really expensive engagement ring. And I know for me, being on YouTube and being on Instagram and being an influencer and being in that space, there's so much pressure to have an incredible, huge diamond ring, and there's so much status and identity tied up into honestly something that's more so just a promise of love and commitment. But I feel like as girls, we get so narrow focused on the look of it, if it's perfect, if it's, you know, is it bigger than her ring, is it smaller than her ring, was it this expensive, did he spend at least this many months of income on the ring. All of that stuff can really like mess with your mind, and at least for me, when we got this ring back in like 2018, I didn't tell anybody that it was not a real diamond because I was so worried about honestly what people would think about me. Like I was worried that people would think she's trying to look really rich. And honestly, those were all huge insecurities that I had to personally deal with. And I feel like now, having been married for 2.5 years, the ring literally means like nothing other than a commitment. I love my ring, and honestly, like I get so many questions about it, and I've never really told anybody if it's fake or if it's real because now I really don't care. I don't really care if people think, oh, she's really rich, and I don't really care if people think, oh, she can't afford something like that. And that's why I really wanted to make this video, because one, I just feel like it's nobody's real business to know if someone's ring is real or not, or how they paid for it, or what was involved in getting the ring. And I know that can be really hard for girls because we want to know like, oh, how much did he spend, or where did he get it? And especially when you get into like the size of a 2 carat, people question. And so I felt all this pressure to like look like I could afford this ring and pretend it was a diamond for a really long time. But honestly, within kind of the last year, I've just been like, I don't really care. If people know it's not real, then that's fine. But I also think it's not people's business to like pry into your finances. But honestly, like you guys know Jason and I's story. You know that we had student debt. You know that we financed a car. You know that we just like put money into our emergency fund. And so it didn't really feel necessary to not share about this ring anymore, because I feel like honestly there are so many girls out there, and maybe even you watching this video, who have considered going a different route versus a real diamond. Because let's be honest, like real diamonds are so expensive, and plus like the moissanite, like they're clearer and shinier than most diamonds anyway. They also are incredibly strong. They're not as strong as a diamond, but they are really high up there in terms of strength of stone. So there are so many positive benefits about choosing a lab diamond, or choosing a moissanite, or choosing an alternative stone. And something that I have been really encouraged about is that it's become actually really popular to not go with a traditional diamond. And honestly, I just feel like you should choose whatever ring makes you happy. If you are totally happy with a large stone that isn't a real diamond, then that's what you should get, and you shouldn't even really worry about what other people think, because at the end of the day, like it's not on their finger, it's on your finger. And if you love the look of it, like why would you not get the ring of your dreams because of other people's speculations? And honestly, like people who are constantly worried about your ring, or worried if it's real or if it's not, or how did they pay for it, like that's honestly just none of their business. And people have never really like said it to my face, but I have gotten YouTube comments that are like, your ring is so huge, why do you always talk like you don't have money? And that just proves that there's so much image and speculation around a ring. And so I just wanted to clear the air on my ring and just put it out there, because I really don't care anymore if people know that it's not a real diamond, because I don't know, I just feel really secure in who I am and in my marriage. And Jason and I like love each other regardless if this costs $40,000 or $1,000. It really doesn't matter what your engagement ring costs, because it's about the promise to each other. And honestly, like I still love this ring. I am so proud to wear it because Jason gave it to me. We have talked about one day, if we ever just literally have money laying around, maybe doing an actual diamond one day. But we wanted to get married young. Like we didn't want to wait until we had money to get married. And so I knew that I wanted to marry him when we were 21. And so that just meant getting a smaller ring. And that's just the reality most times when you're getting married young, is you don't have piles of cash to spend on an engagement ring. But I am super proud to wear my moissanite ring, and I just want to encourage any of y'all, if you're looking into an alternative stone, I have been so happy with the quality of mine. People always ask to look at it. They think it's so beautiful. I've never had a person be like, oh, your ring looks fake. So if you're worried that it doesn't look like good quality, this one does. And like I said, I'll be sure to link my particular ring so that you can like find the actual seller. But they make tons of other styles. Like they do the rose cut. They also do halo styles. So you can get your dream engagement ring for whatever price that you need. And I just want to encourage you you to get whatever you want, no matter what other people think, no matter what they'll say, no matter if they'll question, oh, how did she afford that, or anything like that. Like, your ring is your ring, and it's your story, and it's a representation of your love for one another, and mine is really, really special to me. And I just honestly feel so relieved, like, telling the story, because for so long I feel like I dodged it because I just felt so much shame in not having a real diamond ring, when at the end of the day it honestly doesn't matter, and I'm really happy with it. And you guys are always really sweet in complimenting my ring and asking me where I got it, and I just wanted to tell you where it's from, because there's seriously no shame in not having a huge diamond ring, even though culture will tell you that you need to have a huge designer ring to, I don't know, be in love. That's so silly. So I'm really happy that I was able to just open up with you guys and tell you the truth about my ring, because I don't know, I've just held on to that little secret for a while, and in the beginning I held on to it because I was super nervous what other people would say, and then I held on to it because I was like, well, it doesn't really matter what people think, like, they should mind their own business. But now I'm like, if I can use this story to help other people or encourage them to go a different route or to feel confident in what they choose, then I'd much rather just open up about it and be honest, because I wish somebody had filmed one of these videos and been like, you can get a moissanite ring and you can get a ring that's not a real diamond and still feel really confident in it and feel like it's really beautiful and really good quality. And also, I never really see people on the internet being like, I love my fake diamond ring, because there's so much like identity and status and the image and appearance of wealth wrapped up into your engagement ring that I feel like I cannot be the only one who's felt a little bit embarrassed by not having a real diamond ring. But now I'm kind of like, you know what? There's so many other things that I would rather have than going into debt for a ring. Like, we just really want a house. So there are just so many other things that are way bigger of a priority to us than a ring. So if you have any questions about a moissanite or about my ring specifically, I would love to help you guys out if I can, or just talk with you guys in the comment about it if you're questioning, should you get one, should you not? Like I said, mine has held up incredibly well. I get compliments on it literally everywhere I go. So I would not let the quality or the look of it deter you from possibly choosing a moissanite ring. But that is my story of my engagement ring, and I honestly just feel so much better like putting this out into the world, because there's no real reason to hold on to this information. And like I said, I just really hope this encouraged y'all to be confident in your choices and to choose what is actually best for you, not what's best for others, because at the end of the day, you're wearing your ring. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. As long as you're happy with it and you love it, then that's seriously like the most important. But I am so glad that you watched this video, and if you're new to my channel and you want to stick around and subscribe, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We just hit 60,000 subscribers, which is super exciting. And like I said, if you have any questions about moissanite, I would love to help you, because I was super lost. I did a ton of research before I told Jason about this ring. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I want to help you guys out as much as I can, because I would have really appreciated the help and the reassurance that I would love a moissanite ring. But I love y'all so much, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye guys!